Hello everyone. Today we will be discussing about network and internet protocols. A network is which consists of two or more networks that are linked together to share resources and exchange file to communicate with each other, and the medium can be wired or non-wired. A network can be simple as two pieces are connected together, and as complex as every computer in this world is connected to every other. Now this is the network in which the computers are connected to other computers via wired medium or wireless medium. Now, why we need to form a network? To Whenever we want to transmit the data, we need network to send the data from one computer to another computer. So these are some important component of network. Host are the outer points, outer nodes of network, which forms loop or network. Medium can be wired with copper cable, fiber optic cable, and coaxial cable, and medium can be wireless also. Hub is a multi-port repeater, and switch is something which is multi-port bridge and used to connect the host and the LAN segment. So these are some important components of network which we need to form a network and transmit the data from one place to another. Now, what is host addressing? Host is outer points of the network, and host addressing is suppose we want to transmit the data in wired medium. So in wired medium also we want the address of the receiver node. So in wired medium we can communicate with the MAC address. MAC address is hardware address, so we can communicate with the MAC address. So we can easily know the address of receiver node. If we are using wireless medium to transmit the data from one place to another, so in that case also we need the address of receiver node. So in this case we need a logical address to know exactly the address of receiver node. So a logical address is given to all hosts connected to internet. This logical address is called internet protocol address, which we known as IP address. Now, what IP address do? IP address is the address of receiver node in the network, and it is used when we are using wireless medium to transmit the data. IP address is one of the major protocol in TCP/IP protocol. This protocol works at the network layer of the OSI model and at the internet layer of the TCP/IP model. And this protocol has the responsibility of identifying the host based upon their logical address and to route data among them over the underlying network. So in this, the internet protocol is used to identify the host and based upon their logical address and to route the data among them over the underlying network. So this is the internet protocol. Now, what is internet protocol version 4? Internet protocol version 4 is internet protocol version 4 is a 32-bit number binary address which is used by host. It is connectionless protocol It allows creating a simple virtual communication, and it requires less memory, and it support the protocol is supported by many devices, and it has a number of header files, number of header fields, checksums, and type of address and type of classes. So these are the advantages of IPv4. Now IP provides a mechanism to uniquely identify host by an IP address scheme. IP uses best effort delivery. IP version 4 uses 32-bit logical address. Now, what is the packet structure of IPv4? Packet is we can say, a unit of data is known as packet in network. What is the packet structure of IPv4? IPv4 encapsulates data unit received from above layer and add to its own header information. So this is the packet structure of IPv4, which tells about version, IHL, DSPN number, total length, identification, header checksum, and the source address, destination address. It contains all the information. This is version. In version, the version number of internet protocol used is mentioned, and the IHL is internet header length, the length of entire IP header, and the various fields of the structure, and the source address is of 32-bit of the sender, and the destination address is 32-bit address of the receivers of the packet. Now we have IPv4 address classes. In Internet protocol hierarchy contains several classes of IP address to be used efficiently in various situations as per the requirement of host per network. So what are the classes? Internet Corporation for assigned names and numbers is responsible for IP addresses. IPv4 has 5 classes, which are identified by the first octet of IP address. Now, the first octet referred here is the leftmost of all, the octet numbered as followed, depicting dotted decimal notation of IP address. So these are the octet that are denoting the decimal notation of IP address, and the number of networks and the number of hosts per class can be derived by this formula. We can calculate them, and IPv4 have 5 classes. The name of classes are like class A, class B, class C, class A, and class E. So the first class, the class A, the first bit of the octet is always set to 0. In class A, the first bit of the first octet is always set to 0. Thus the first octet ranges from 1 to 127. In class A, the first number is always set to 0, and it ranges from 1 to 127. Now The default subnet mask for class A IP address is 255.0.0.0. Now, what is subnet mask? In why we use subnet mask? So, in IP address, subnet mask is used by TCP/IP protocol to determine whether a host is on a local subnet or a remote network. Basically, subnet mask is used to differentiate between the network address and the host address. So, for class A, the subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. Now, for class B, the first 2 bit is set to 10, and it has range from 128 to 199, and the default subnet mask for class B is 255.255.x.x. Now, for the third class, C class, in C class, we have set 3 bits, first 3 bits to 110, and it has range from 192 to 223, and the default subnet mask for class C is 255.255.255.x, and for class D, 4 bits are set to first 4 bits are set to 1110, and it has range from 224 to 239, and the default subnet mask for class D so D class do not have any subnet mask. And lastly comes class E. This IP class is reserved for experimental purpose, only for R&D or study, and IP addresses in this class ranges from 2400.0.0.0 to 255.255.255.254. So this is the IP internet protocol and IPv4.